Hello scholars, welcome to our maths lesson for today. Today we'll complete lesson 17 of your Common Core Grade 3 Module 2 workbook. Let's see if you can estimate sums by rounding and applying your rounding to self-measurement. And these are word problems. So we'll look at word problems. You estimate the sums, you round off the numbers, and apply the round-offs to solve measurement word problems. First, let us play a game. Group counting game. We'll skip count in threes, fours, fives. Let's start with threes. Let us skip count in threes to 30. That is the same as a 3 times table. Let's go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Fantastic. All right, let us count along now as we count by fours. We'll count to 40. Start. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Let us count by 6, 6. Start. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Let us count by sevens. Let's go. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Let us try 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Let's do one more, just one more. We'll count by nines. Start. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. All right, so we'll be practicing your multiplication table that way. All right, you will now complete your lesson 17 sprint. This sprint, you are going to round off to the nearest 10. Round to the nearest 10. Remember our rule in rounding. Let's see how many of them you can get correct and bring your work for marking. Let us estimate the sum of these two numbers, 362 plus 159. Let us round the numbers to the nearest 100. 362, between 300 and 400, 362 is nearer to 400, so we can round it off to 400. 159, 100, between 100 and 200, the midway is 150, so 159 is closer to 200, so we'll round it off to 200. So we can now add 400 plus 200 equals 600. Very easy to add when you round off. See if you can round off this one to the nearest 10. 362 plus 159. 362. If you're rounding up to the nearest 10, on the vertical number line, you have 360 and 370. Those are endpoints. Midway is 365. 362 is closer to 360. So we'll round it off to 360, the nearest 10. Now let's look at 159. 159, the endpoints are 150 and 160. Midway is 155. 159 is closer to 200. So let us look at 159 and round it off to the nearest 10. The endpoints are 150 and 160. Midway is 155. 159 is closer to 160. So we'll round it off to 160. So we round it off to 160. So we can now add 360 plus 160, easier to add 520. Remember, it's the same numbers. We got 600 now, and now we're getting 520. When we rounded up to the nearest 100, we got 600. To the nearest 10, 520. Let's try something. Let us round this number off to the nearest 50. Okay, let us look at it. Remember, let's look at 362. 362 is closer to 350, and 159 is closer to 150, to the nearest 50. So we can add 350 plus 150 and we get 500. Alright, so let us now find the actual sum, because we've gotten three different figures. The actual form will now tell us which of these estimates and randoms is closer to the real answer. 362 plus 159 is 512. So which estimate do you think will be closer to the actual sum now? Alright, so you see for yourself, since the actual answer is 521, which estimate gave us 520? Yeah, you see now, that is the closest. Alright, take 90 seconds to find the value of these expressions. Let us round off to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100, 300 plus 100 will give us 400. That is the A. To the nearest 100 in B, 400 plus 100 will give us 500. And in C, 400 plus 200 will give us 600. The same figure to the nearest 100. These numbers to the nearest 100 gives us these answers. Let us look at a different problem now. 296 plus 609. How should we round to get the closest answer? I rounded to the nearest 100 first, and I got 100, 900. And when I rounded to the nearest 50, I rounded to the nearest 100 first, and I got 900. 296 is closer to 300, and 609 is closer to 600. 300 plus 600 is 900. I rounded to the nearest 10. The nearest 10, 300 plus 610 gave me 910. The actual answer is 905. So which estimate gave us the closest answer? You see, when we rounded to the nearest 10. Alright, so now it's your turn. Let's complete lesson 17 problem set. Round off and bring your work for marking. See you in the next lesson. Bye.